Good. In the last episode, I recognized Nero's coat, like the bottom of the coat and the shoes. That was the reason why I said it. I did not remember that Nero was actually going to be there. Oh, at least it was nice. I got just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Well, since we're back here as a residence, I might as well go and make this my return point. I always have to check once in a while to make sure the recording didn't crash. Shared favorite destination, set home point. Oh, there's the Diamond Forge. I'm sorry to drag you away from all your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a moment. And this is where Edgar gets mugged by the Levelin. Right, everyone, get to work. No squirming now, and you might just want to close your eyes. They're all finished. So of lights. Every measurement from heroic toe to head to intrepid toe. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Edgar. All in good time. Oh, I found you. I've wanted everyone in the solar for a meeting. I don't know what it is, what it's about, but it seems to think it was very important. Oh, hon, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. This picks up Tataru by the scruff. You're coming with us.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Urianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
When did Edgar do that?
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! You're... Help! I need some help here!
Did someone collapse on the floor?
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy.
As soon as I set this place as the home instead of the Foundation.
Tataru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
How much money? It's only 300. Yeah, that's been a lot of cutscenes in this episode and last episode so far. But at least it's mostly voice acted. Hopefully this recording session I'm able to finish having Sword. Greeting, warriors alive. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich. It's good to see you, my friend. 'Twas but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will, of course, send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us. However, as the choice is not mine to make, not mine alone at any rate, given the immense of the threat, we may forego the formalities of full assembly. But I will need to consult my counterparts in the House of Commoners prior to proceedings. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whoever we select, will require suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Haruk that he is to head is the lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Agave, accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. Speed on Unova. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Oh, it didn't even tell me what I get for doing it. Dun, 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 dun. I must wait at this destination. So who shall it be? We meet again. As it happens, my counterparts in the House of Commons agree that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Now I concede that there was even any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone. Not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's books of status. I trust you understand, my friend, unless I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Are we just going to go on a tour? One last time to see all of the sights before we close out Heaven's Ward. Okay then. There's just an exo balloon right over there. The garrison commander awaits within. Why not accompany me? Edgar, you may see a familiar face. Oh, does he give us Haurchefant's quests now? Edgar, old boy, how wonderful to see you! And Sir Emmerich too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I would have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you will excuse. Hey, do not trouble yourself, Honorat. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as bleeding to to an Imperial. As thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francil and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet we can but play the hand we were dealt, and with a little help from the veterans and Horot's ceaseless chidings, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. I return somehow this stone building's just a pile of ashes instead of rubble. Now I'm just thinking that the portrait itself has like sticky notes on it. Like, it's like around the portrait, there's like different sticky notes of the quest we didn't pick up while we were here. In case you come by and I'm not here, here's a quest. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that the vessels were on the Richard Alamigo I should be short miles away. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty as when I first laid upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not unfold us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Seems that we have an escort to the Lotus Stand. pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters. It is not. Yes, of course, just like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Just screams as loud as he can. Oh, his French code is right. Very good. Let's wait if you. Oh, the Lemisian party as well. I have hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And I trust you are well. It is a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Master Edgar, I was glad to hear from Royal that the missing sons have now been found. There's much more to discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? I'm going to start the timer.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed?
Fire the nukes!
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
We shall push the shiniest of red buttons.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Thus the council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good, you haven't yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich. SF, no pleasure as always. And Mistress Elise, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption, I had hoped to thank Edgar for serving his escort before our duties called him away. I also wish to thank our dome and ally. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportunity moment to join the conversation. A force of habit made me keep to the shadows. Apologies unnecessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the elder Caesar to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with this simple sigh you're thinking? Must politicians always make a speech out of everything? This is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Ravenstall, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to see how Palpable and Nia fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention that has been going on Belser's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones. Anon. Speak of the lease and Revenant's Toll. Return. He's like, which button do I press again? It's been so long. It's been so long since I had to press the return button. I've been so used to just using the map to teleport everywhere recently. Welcome back, Edger. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly glad that all the talk is over. I understand these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I don't ever feel at home in the realm of politics. I said people have been known to change, and if my brother's willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Egg. And with that collection of scrambled eggs, we shall call the episode there. See you all in the next.